Good morning. Yes, it is morning here in the UK. Slightly unusual for me, but the colour challenges are still happening over this whole weekend. Not quite the end of the weekend here in the UK because it's a bank holiday here today, and my family haven't. Are still getting ready to go out, so I thought I'd come on and do a colour challenge that was created yesterday using the colour wheel. So this is colour challenge number 6. I've actually got number 7 waiting in the wings to do at some point today. But anyway, I hope you guys have had a great weekend. And oh, sorry, I've just missed you, Monica. Sorry about that. Yeah, the weekend Zoom is still going. Do head in there, Vicky. I might pop in just very briefly after this to say hi to everybody. Anyway, got some really fabulous colours here. Really gorgeous, very rich colour palette. And so I'm sorry, I've gone to florals again. This is what I do. No apologies for it though. Why don't you? No need to apologise. It's what I do, what I love sharing. So if you're new to my channel, if you've landed here by accident, please stick around. It's a really fun, fabulous, very creative community here, and we welcome new friends from all walks of life. Just come and hang out with us. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's have a look at my desk. Make sure my camera is straight. That would help, wouldn't it? I send you off on a roller coaster ride. So hi Kit. Oh Kim, that is morning. Almost bedtime for you, Vicky. Oh, well, just pop in. You can be in bed and have a little wee chat with us. So right, here we go. So here we've got Poppy Parade, Smoky Slate. Let's see if I can manage without my light for a second. Poppy Parade, Smoky Slate, Copper Clay, Highland Heather, Starry Sky, and Granny Apple Green. Hi Jane Powell, new here. Welcome, welcome. So in this live, I'm going to be creating what I call a stamped one sheet wonder. And this is because, yes, I am stamping on a whole sheet of cardstock. This in the UK was, this is an A4 size card, and then the plan is at some later date to cut it up and use it to make cards. So it's not intended to remain as a whole piece of paper. It is designed to be cut up, and I just find it so much easier to make cards this way, rather than just just working on one card at a time. I'm working on 6 to 8, 16 even sometimes cards in one go. Right, so I know there's been a bit of a saga with my missing stamp. I managed to find that one the other day, but I still am missing this one. But it's fine, because I'm going to hopefully show you how you can actually use stamps with other stamp sets, different sets together, and combine them. So I'm going to be looking at that today, because I'm looking at this size here, and I'm wondering if I can potentially use it with this one over here, for example. So it's all right, we'll work it out, we'll figure it all out. All right, so here's Artistically Inked, which in my opinion is, if you're starting this style of stamping, this is one of the must-have stamp sets, because this particular stamp is very good for all over background stamping. And then hi Lisa, good morning. Hi Lynette. Oh, fantastic, Lynette Conway, welcome. Just thinking, does my screen need a little bit of my lens need a bit of a clean? I noticed that in church yesterday. I was live streaming, and I was like, oh, that's better. Is that better? I think that's better. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna start. I start down in this corner. And flip that around and do that. I'll just get some background colour on here. I might even do that over there as well. Because it's rubber, it tends to hold on to ink, and so you can kind of keep going for 3 or 4 stamps just to get some colour down. Sometimes it can be a bit intimidating starting one of these for the first time, so I always suggest just get something down, a light colour down. Just noticed I've had a message somewhere. Who's been messaging me? taken my watch off, so I don't know who's trying to get hold of me. There we go. All right, so that's just getting some colour down. Artistically Inked was my first set. Ah, good one to choose, Sharon. Sorry, I'm just checking my message to see if there's anything important coming through. No, that's not important. Right. Right, I was thinking work. You are up early, but I'm the one up early. Ah, where are you based, Sharon? Right, I have that grabbed out the gorgeously made. Just going to pop that on there ready for cleaning later. Oh, that one needs a bigger block. I do forget how big these are. Right, so as I said in my last colour challenge, sometimes what I do is I just have to mentally sort of go, right, these are sort of for leaves. Some colours are for leaves and some are for the flowers. So copper clay might make some really gorgeous leaves later. So I'm going to go with Granny Apple Green for now, just to pop some sprays in somewhere. So let's just, I'm going to do 1, 2, and then forward and do number 3. So I've got dark, medium, and then light happening here. And I'm deliberately not inking the stem as usual. Just don't feel I need it. Do that there. So sometimes I put the sprays in last, but I just felt like doing it first time this time. Not first, but one of the first layers to go on. Hi Lisa, pivot. You're yelling at me, pivot. How are your family doing, Lisa? All right. So 2 colours down, a few more to go. I'm wondering whether to get the colour in now, but like the flowers in now, just so that I know where I'm heading. Oh yes, I remember what I wanted to do. So in the same vein, I was saying that you can mix different stamp sets. I don't think I've ever mixed this rose with two-tone flora. Oh, I've just heard something fall down the back of my thing. I wonder if it's a lost stamp. Yeah, I was looking at one of these, trying to think if that would fit. Oh, yes, it might do. It might. Let's go for a bit of Poppy Parade. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, that one for that one. All right, so I've got ink it up nice and well. Hi, Kay. You thought you saw my lost floral one in there. Ooh, eagle eyes. Hold on. No, it's not in there, Kay. Oh, thank you though. No, I've not got any spares. They all align, and that's my spare little one in there. Okay, there we go. Hi, Nicole. You're in Ohio, Sharon. Oh, lovely. All right, so I'm wondering whether that one, the other one I did think of was, I don't know if that one. No, I want it to look more like a rose than anything else, so. I'm thinking that one. Now, I'm wondering if copper clay, I might have to just do a test piece. Just do a couple of test pieces here. Whether copper clay is going to show up over the top of Poppy Parade. So let's... Oh, I don't like that now. I don't like it. I think it's because it's going off in one direction. I wonder if that would work better. I think because the rose design is very much going outwards. Ooh. That is bizarre. I just don't like it. Let's try. I've got a feeling this is not going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. Oh no. Oh, isn't that funny? I thought it might work, but no, not happy with it. I think out of all of them, that one works the best. Or I just leave them. I just leave it as it is. That's the other option. Just let it sing for itself. Let it just do what it's got to do. All right. Okay, changing tack. Let's get some other flowers stamped in here first. So I'm thinking some really cute little pansies. Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry to hear about your mum. Oh, I'm glad Quinn's on the mend. Does she have to stay in hospital, Lisa? Okay. I know we've got quite a big space here in the middle. Oh, I might just put three. I could put 3 pansies. 3 pansies having a wee chat. There we go. Not yet, Sharon. And actually, that reminds me, I've got to finish it. No, he's not back home yet. So, yeah, but I do have to work on... Oh, I've just realised I've done the pansies upside down. That one I've done upside down. Oh, well. Well, the great thing about doing a stamp one sheet wonder is... Oh, and I've got to put a stamping mat under here. Is that because the paper's going to get cut up... It doesn't matter if you do actually stamp a few things upside down, because you can turn it around when you need to. Where are my stamping mats? Hi, Bev. Well, these are upside down as well. I may as well just turn the whole thing around. Oh no, these are upside down. Oh well. Go with the flow. I thought that was something there, but no, it's a design from the grey before. Okay. Now, I would get out the little, there is a little stamp to do the centre, but I don't know if I can be bothered. I think I might just go in there with a granny apple green pen, because trying to line it up can be just a bit of a faff. So I'm just going to go in here with a pen and just do my centres. Like, really, when it gets to that point where it's just like a tiny little stamp, it's like, really? Oh, am I going to spend time lining that up when it's easier to do it with a pen? No. There we go. Done. Hi, chill. Oh, good morning from Florida. Up and early watching the storm path. Oh, stay safe, everybody. Phoebe! Phoebe, did you get my message? Right. Now, I'm not sure whether to do another two-step stamping one, or just to go in and do some lovely foliage. Or we could have a real kind of like summery scheme and do some, could do some daisies. That might be nice. Oh no, but what colour would we do them in? Oh no, hold on, stop a second, Ruth. I haven't got all the colours in the world. Okay, no. Maybe we could do with some starry sky, some little flowers in starry sky instead. Okay, let's do that. Go back to two-tone flora, get that one out. I think I might have to do some second generation stamping here because these are really quite dark initially. So I'm just going to go second generation, third, fourth. Just tuck these in. Okay, so stamp off. Okay. On Facebook Messenger, Phoebe. Excuse me. Yeah, we're having a Zoom weekend. Oh, don't know what I'm there. Oh, I stamped off. Off my grid. So anyone who's twiddling their fingers today, please come and join us on the Zoom. As I said, I'll pop in there briefly after this video, but I'm about to go in my town, at the town hall. They've got a book fair on today, so I wanted to pop up there. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Oh, I'm loving this little, it reminds me of forget-me-nots. Yes, so to get the Zoom information, please go to Artful Stampin Space I don't put the Zoom information freely out on the internet just for anybody to join. It's it's just to protect everybody, to make sure they are people who are interested in what we do. So you do have to go and join Artful Stampin Space, and there are some security questions on there. And yeah, it just means we've got a lovely creative community over there, chit-chatting away. So more leaves, please. Yes, miss. Oh, Phoebe, the other day I had a colour scheme picked out that was I just like felt I was channeling Phoebe. It was like yellows and reds. It was crushed curry, real red, and then it had pool party and blueberry bushel. Yeah, I know the overall design perhaps is not a Phoebe design, but I just felt like Phoebe. Oh, Vicky, I did. Yes, I did. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love them. Vicky has the most amazing freesias growing out of her lawn every year, and just amazing. Right, I think I might go with this wee one. I need some more red at some point, but maybe I'll come back to that and do some leaves first. I'm wondering whether to do them in that little leaf there. This one. Oh, actually, I might. Sorry, I'm thinking. Just got my brain. I've got to catch up. I'll do that in copper clay. Okay, so the reason I'm thinking is because this is a 2-step stamp leaf. This one here, and I thought, oh, it'd be nice to have it in copper. Then I thought, actually, it'd be lovely to make use of the 2-tone, so I could stamp them in grey and put copper over the top, but I've just thought I could stamp them in copper and put red over the top. Ooh. Okay, hold on, I've got to get the right one. Oh, it's that one and that one. And then I'd like some longer leaves coming out as well. Where did I just put that leaf? Where did I just put it? Oh, sure, I just took that out. Wait, this one. Where did it go? Seriously, I just had it here. What's going on? Guys, where did it go? Oh well, I'm clearly not meant to use it, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. Now I need a bigger one for this. Actually, maybe I'll do that in grey. I'll do those in grey because those are quite. They're such a solid leaf that they need. Oh, they just need something clear. Yeah, Kay's in Australia as well, and for some reason she said that she didn't plant these freesias in her lawn. They just come up every year, so I'm wondering if they're naturalised or if they're just years ago maybe someone planted them, and Yeah, I have thought that, Vicky, so every time I open a stamp set I'm looking for it. Yeah. You need where to go?
Yep, let's just get dressed. Washed.
I don't think you need to say that on a live.
Oh, sorry.
Oh dear. What's Hoko Mums? I don't know the abbreviation, Kim. Oh, homecoming. Oh, yes.
Hello, Kay. Hello. Do you want, Ruth, do you want me, that whale stamp I've been looking at, do you want to put that on there as well?
No,
it's coming in from the side.
Yeah, darling. Yeah, you save yourself for that one. Tom's
working on a bookmark.
the whale stamp has made its way into the main house because Tom's, been staring at it and planning.
Planning an idea for a bookmark.
He's got his ideas. He keeps trying to run by me.
Very good.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just looking at your One Sheet Wonder.
Oh, right, I see.
That's good.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Shaz. Hello, Lisa. Hello, everybody. I'll tell you what it's lacking.
Oh, no.
Can you guess what it's lacking?
What's lacking?
Other than a whale.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of dottage.
Bit of dottage. Look at you with your
Yeah, using the jargon.
Alright, so that grey's gone on now. So I'm wondering whether to just test out my idea with the copper and the red.
Oh, Vicky. See what we can. Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's all
good
on
idea,
you.
Good idea. Yeah. I've got this idea. Something I've not done before. I'm not quite sure how to do it, but hopefully Ruth will. Well, it could be Ruth might learn from me. Have a go.
Phoebe said, would you like to join my support group for stamp losers? Oh, you know what? Seriously, is that a thing? I'd join that, Phoebe. Oh, I like that. What do you think?
Swim with whales. Yeah.
You've had a recurring
I
dream.
I find that scary.
Whales is a bit...
There's a great game I used to play on the Nintendo Wii called
Ocean. What's it called?
Ocean. Something Ocean.
Oh, what's it called?
Not Deep Ocean. You just go swimming.
Yeah.
And the more you explore the map, you find more underwater creatures, and nothing can hurt you. That's the nice thing. It's nothing
perilous.
But you find, as you go through it, you find more and more sort of unusual sea creatures. Endless Ocean. There you go. Good. Endless Ocean. With the music, the soundtrack. One of Ruth's favourite artists. No, Hayley Westenra.
No, so the whole thing with the soundtrack is that you can upload your own soundtrack to it,
which was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
This is a few years ago.
And so
the soundtrack it comes with.
Tom chose.
No. The soundtrack it comes on the game.
Yeah.
Is Hayley Westenra.
No.
One of your favourite artists.
No, I thought you put that on.
No,
there.
I didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't mind small doses of her. It's just that when you hear it all the time and you associate it with one game, it just gets a bit much. Oh, these copper is kind of taking over. Yes, it's a thing. Ah, okay. Because I get to the point where I'm happy to just give away a stamp set or in pieces, because I'm like, I'd rather just buy a new one. Okay, so the copper is taking over a little bit, but we'll address that in a minute. All I see is copper blobs now. Let it dry for a minute. So you do have to let the ink settle sometimes, because when it first goes on, it's very dark, and then it does lighten.
Do you Stampin' Up do a little fan to dry the?
Well, okay. we have our heat tool. It's really good for blowing husbands out of the craft room.
I'll go get my curlers in.
Oh dear. The funny thing is that I'm petrified to swim in the ocean. Oh.
It's quite a thing.
One day, Kim, one day. Poor Tom. Oh,
Endless Ocean, though, great.
Don't feel sorry for him.
Good game, and Endless Ocean 2 actually. But I think Endless Ocean 2, there is a sort of a little bit. Some of the creatures, there is a bit of peril in the game. But Endless Ocean 1 recommended.
It's nice to have games that are just non-perilous, I think, because Because so many designed to run on your adrenaline. It's like, oh, life is perilous enough without having to play it. So Nicole, what do you do to not lose them then?
I haven't got a song today, Lisa, sorry. I haven't got a song today. I don't know if I've written a song recently.
You wrote one for Carrie, didn't you?
Oh, I did write one, yeah. So when we go to on our holiday each year, Carrie Family Conference, I write a song based on, well, in the past years it's been based on that week's edition. I write it with a friend usually. That week's edition of the Nantwich Chronicle, a sort of local paper, and I just take the news stories and write a funny song about them. But this year we did the Whitchurch Herald, another little newspaper, and yeah, just write some funny stories, write some funny lines about stories in the paper. But it doesn't sound very funny when I'm describing it, but it is quite funny, isn't it?
It is when you see the pictures as well.
Yeah, yeah. So we do the song with headlines and pictures from the paper on the projector screen as we go through.
It's amazing how headlines can be kind of taken out of context, because people try and create these really like dramatic headlines, don't they, from really quite banal stories. So I've just gone over with a little bit of copper clay over my roses, because I felt that I was losing the roses a little bit there with the really strong copper clay leaves, and I just feel like I need to put more red into here now. I'm losing the battle with the copper a little bit. So I was going to do a small flower,
a magnetic sheet, and a magnet over my paper rubbish container. Oh, interesting. Oh, you've got family in Nantwich. Well, it's a great newspaper, Nantwich Chronicle. I've done many songs about the Nantwich Chronicle.
Oh, I should send her one of the videos. Your family might find it really funny, Shaz. Yeah. I mean, Shaz lives in the UK, so she knows what local papers can be like. So one of the main stories in this year's paper was a lady who'd been playing the church organ for
75 years.
75 years. And so guess what they gave her as a commemorative item to celebrate? You know, out of all the things someone could give somebody.
What do you want to give someone who sat at the organ for 75
years?
A commemorative cushion.
A cushion.
They'll need it.
Well, so, I thought the whole point was that she was now stopping, though, so she won't need it anymore.
I don't know. But you don't think that shouldn't think through it so much. It just was a funny thing.
All right, so I didn't use
the stamp sets.
I didn't use that one earlier, so I'm thinking
they're attracted. They're like, how's that magnet idea work then?
Not with stamps.
Not with stamps.
You can't magnetize. No, stamps are not magnetized. So the magnet picks up dyes.
Oh, dyes. And dyes are the things that cut the paper.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that. I see. Understand.
Right, I'm thinking of teaming that one with that. Not done that before, I don't think. Oh, not sure. Try again. Not sure that was a good idea. Oh, yes, that's better. Okay, so the stamp from there and the stamp from that one. As long as you stamp it in the right place. So when you look through the stamp, look for the white spot. There we go.
You know, it's funny, I was chatting to someone yesterday. I was visiting another church yesterday to preach, and I was chatting with a lady afterwards who's probably in her late 20s, early 30s. And she was asking what Ruth does. So I explained. I said, oh, you know, if you want to see what she does, I'll just look up Artful Stampin with Ruth on YouTube. And she said, oh, well, maybe I'll pass it on to my mother. I didn't know whether that was a compliment or an insult. I don't know.
That's all right. Most people who follow me are over 60, so.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep. Every so often I check my YouTube demographics, and
there you go. It was a compliment.
It is a compliment. Yep. Actually, I had a compliment yesterday. Hello, you know who you are if you're watching. Someone turned up at church who follows me.
Oh,
They're holidaying with their family, and they've come to holiday in the area, and they came to church because she follows me on YouTube. So hopefully we're going to meet up at some point this week. Have them over. Right. More. There's more needs to go on yet. This is not done at all. How long has it taken already? 37 minutes. I borrowed hubby's, but it takes up room. The stand doesn't take us. Oh.
You ever done a speed challenge?
Yeah, sometimes I kind of go, right, I'm just going to do it in 10 minutes. Yeah, I have done that. Right, I need a small-ish leaf to go in here. There we go, just some little ones. Do I just want one on its own? Oh, I know what.
Nicole, am I allowed to play with Ruth's art supplies?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, under supervision. Under strict supervision.
Well, you're the one of my younger ones then, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm under 60.
Yeah, I'm under 60. There we go. Need a bit more green in here.
Starting to come together.
It is. Let's get in there. There's always a stage when you stamp these that you go, oh, don't like it. I've made a mistake. Should have done something else. And then you have to push through and keep rebalancing everything. It'll come together. So the green is now helping to just frame some of these other colours and helping to neutralise all that red and purple. Oh, all the under 60s are piping up now. That's so funny. Most of the time, it's like all the people who are old enough to be my mother are on here, and I feel I have to be very reverential and very respectful, listen to what they say, and you know. So today, all the young'uns are on now.
Yeah, that's good actually. Once the green sort of just balances it out, doesn't it? And filling in those roses, whatever you did with those roses, you know, you sort of smudge.
Yeah, because the white is the canvas underneath. It's and if white is showing through, it just looks a bit odd sometimes.
Oh wow, Sharon's piano player is 96.
Oh, cool. But they know she knows some tunes going back.
Actually, I went to a bookshop yesterday, where I was, because there's lots of bookshops in there.
Now, can I just interject very briefly?
Yeah.
I was on Facebook the other day, and somebody who I'm friends with because of this channel, I think it was Matilda, she shared a whole article about Hay-on-Wye, and I did chuckle because I thought, oh.
Yeah, so I was in Hay-on-Wye, and they have lots of bookshops, and so some the family I was the couple I was having lunch with said, oh, there's a bookshop with comics in the basement. Now it turned out they didn't have many comics. They had a lot of big graphic novel books, but not really my cup of tea. But anyway, I went to have a look, and I did actually pick something up, and it was a second-hand copy, not very old, of Classics Illustrated. So, which is a series they did years ago, but they've now reprinted it more recently, where they do a comic based on a popular novel, or a classic novel rather. So it would be like I don't know, Last of the Mohicans and White Fang, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, those sort of things. So anyway, so the one they had on their shelf, the only one, was Ben-Hur. So I picked that up because, as some of you know, I sort of collect Christian comics, or comics that have a kind of biblical element to them. And of course, Jesus makes an appearance towards the end of Ben-Hur. Oh. So I managed to pick that up, which I've thought about getting for a while. But yeah, Classics Illustrated. Some of you may have read them, because they do all kinds of different classical novels as comic strips.
Lisa, yeah. So yeah, I don't know individuals, so I can't look you up on YouTube to find out your individual ages. It's gathered from, because YouTube is owned by Google. It just all goes into a melting pot. So it helps YouTubers kind of, I guess, assess. It's, the statistics that help us just understand our audiences. So it just gives me a percentage of what percentage are certain age groups. I think you may be able to tell Google not to be able to use your stats, I think, but generally, unless you don't go into kind of that in the inner workings of Google, that those when you've signed the terms and conditions of Google, I think it's one of the things that you've basically signed away, that that Google are allowed to use information, non-identifying information. So, and it is helpful for advertisers to know what adverts to show you, I guess. At the end of the day, everything's driven by advertising. Oh, you're being silly. All right, Lisa. Sorry. But no, anyway, it was worth me saying it, because I think some people do get a bit paranoid, like, but Google know everything. But I don't have permission to have access to your private information. No. Right, I just wanted to add a little bit of a slightly different leaf in there, so I'm just popping some of that in. I'm now looking at my pansies, thinking they're looking pretty pale. So I'm thinking I may just go in with a tiny little spot of Highland heather. Sorry, I'm wrestling around here trying to get the right kind of brush. Oh, I was just falling down the back. I don't know whether to do these I don't know. What do you think? The pansies, they just look a bit pale, or do you think it's fine to have the white? Because pansies do come in white. Maybe I just need to do a little bit more blue around here, so that the purple actually shows, the white shows up. This is turning out to be a very detailed paper. I thought, I'll just come on here for half an hour, do a stamped one-sheet wonder. Oh no, it's really full on today, this one. You like the pansies? Okay. Yeah, I quite like them being white, actually. Oh no, I made a mistake there. Right, let's get some more flowers on here. I'll just cover that up. So when you want something to stand out, you do have to look at contrasts, what contrasts there are between things to help them to lift them out a little bit. See, I love this because you've got the contrast of the blue flowers there with the pansies. Okay, so now I'm looking at it and going, ooh, the copper is really quite strong, so I could do with stamping some smaller coppery elements. And oh, right, so in two-tone flora, there's this little tiny, this set here. I wonder if that would be helpful just to balance out certain places. Oh, this one certainly is a challenge. Right. So now going in with some finer detail. And the thing about going in with little dots, if you go in clusters, I think it makes a better impression. So because this is a photopolymer stamp, you do need to kind of keep re-inking this. It depends sometimes on which church it is and who we know and so forth. So the person who invited him to preach at the church yesterday used to actually be at our church. So what tends to happen is over summer holidays, obviously pastors, if they've got families, like to take a bit of a break, and so there's this like mad scramble for finding preachers to go and preach different places. And so yesterday it was, you know, a personal connection, and also, oh, actually no, there's a family who come to our church currently who used to be at that church too, so there's kind of lots of different connections there. So in the past, I mean, he has preached in places much further away, but they've coincided perhaps with Tom or us as a family staying with friends, so you know, he's in the area. So he's preached sometimes for my son's fiance's parents' church, because we were kind of staying the weekend, and you know, we said, you know, do you want us, you know, would you like Tom to preach, because as part of his contract, as it were, is that he gets to preach in other churches, I think 5 Sundays out of the year. So so he gets, you know, out of the whole year, he gets weeks off, but also weeks that he can go preach somewhere else. So yeah, it's yeah, depends. Right, that's helped, because it's helped to scatter. So you've got these really dark elements that I'm struggling with at the moment, but by putting these little smaller elements in that are dark, it's helping to sort of filter out the design. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, I just make stuff up. I do sort of know what I'm talking about, but I don't know if it always comes out right. 5, I think it's 5 out of a year, 5 Sundays out of a year, or 6, I can't remember. But that's the usual for sort of our church denomination. What did Phoebe say? This has so much depth now. Yes, it does. There's a lot of concentration on this side, isn't there? Let me just flip that around. Sorry, concentrating. That's better. Well, there we go. Someone will pay the expenses. Oh yes, your little ones need you, don't they? Shaz. When was the last time you had puppies? I seem to remember you going through a phase of like puppyhood. Right. Oh, purple. I feel like we need a bit more Highland heather in here somewhere. And we don't have currently like almost like a small daisy style, like a daisy style stamp, just like a miniature version of, say, that, do we? I don't think we've got anything like that. The only thing I can think of is something like that. I'm just going to have a look on my shelf. Hi Vanessa. Oh. Okay, I haven't used anything like this. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I know it when you're looking for one thing and then another stamp pops out at you and goes, use me, use me. Okay, I will. Oh, your Stampin' Up order's arrived. Nice. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to flip over my grid paper. There's some stamps on there I'm going to use. So it's not so distracting looking at all that mess. Okay. This will just help it sort of structurally. Oh. This is why you need a mat, Ruth. Just made one big one there. Oh, ringed with nature. Okay, thanks. Did I use that the other day? Oh yes, I did use that the other day. That's how you know about it, isn't it, Kim? It's got that little tiny triple thing. But this is working, I think. Wow, says, how long has this taken? This has taken an hour. Oh, there we go. Sometimes these just take longer than you think. But it's worth it because they are usually quite detailed. So it means you just use smaller pieces of it. So it kind of works out in the end. See, I am wondering, okay, I'm going to test it out. I feel like I could do a full strength one of these in certain areas. But very carefully, like, so here I've got some flowers and I've got I've got stems going into the flowers and I don't like it, so I want to cover it up. So stick one of those there. Stick one there. Oh, stick one there too. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that, but I'm not going to overdo that. That's it. Right, dottage. Something quite delicate, I think. So perched in a tree has some really delicate dottage. Yes, that's how I know. Right, are you all sitting down? Now, what's interesting about the shape of this dottage is that you've got this almost curve here and curve here. So I'm making use of that because I don't actually want to get any on the pansies. So I'm kind of curving the dottage around the pansies here. You see that? Oh, got some on there, but anyway, you know what I mean. Okay. All right. Yeah, zoom is still there. Yeah, I've got a little bit of white space still left. Oh yeah, Kim and Phoebe, you've not met each other on Zoom. Be nice for you to go in there. Oh, Vanessa, if you're free, the Zoom's still open. Right, I think I'm done at last. Got there in the end. So we used Smoky Slate, Poppy Parade, Granny Apple Green, Copper Clay, Highland Heather and Starry Sky. I did not choose these colours, the wheel chose them. So have gone a little bit crazy with the stamp sets. Used Gorgeously Made, Pansy Patch, keeps trying to escape, Two-Tone Flora, that one for Magical Meadow. If you don't have it, don't worry, but you will want it after a few months because I'm going to be using this an awful lot. Artistically inked, we use that one, and did I use the leaves? Didn't end up using a leaf, but you could, if you don't have Cheerful Daisies, you can use that leaf instead of the one I did use. The dottage came from Perched in a Tree, but use whatever dottage you want. I did end up using this from Sending Smiles, but if you've got something equivalent, again, use that. Or perhaps use a leaf that's in a colour. You could do that. Oh, I didn't use that one. Yes, I did use that little leaf from there. And was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. She says, oh gosh, that's quite a few. Night, Vicky, sleep well. There we go. Right, any questions before I go? All right, take care everyone, really lovely to see you, and I'll try and pop in again later at some point to do the next colour challenge, which I have in a pile here, and then Vicky and Lisa and all the South Pacificas, if I don't catch you now, you know, it's going to be going all day, you know, today, so it'll be going into your morning tomorrow, so if you want to pop in, that'd be lovely to see you. All right, lots of love everybody, and